Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another Wege You Like That podcast. Join with me. My name is Adam. I'm one half You Like That podcast.
My name's Jack. I'm the other half of You Like That podcast.
We out here, baby. We are a mere 3 days away from Spider-Man No Way Home. This was not in our original plans for this week's episode, which was going to be Resident Evil. Welcome to Raccoon City. Like, welcome to fucking Bourville.
Yeah, I don't know if this says more about me or about the movie, but I got more than 7 minutes into it without realizing there was no sound.
Yep. It's
And then I think whoever was on the screen at the time was talking, and I was just like, oh, I can't hear anything.
Yeah, so basically we decided to scrap that because we were not going to pay for that in cinemas. But God no.
I read reviews and it's all just like, why did they make this?
26% for the critics, and I think it was about 65% for the audience.
Oh, Jesus.
It's one of those ones. Yeah, you watch the trailer, you knew straight away this was going to be not a good...
It was like a bad fan film, pretty much.
Basically, it looked straight to DVD.
It was so bad.
Good work, guys. 9 movies for Resident Evil later, and you still can't get it right. But we'll get there eventually. So we decided... We decided, with the anticipation of Spider-Man No Way Home, and the closer it gets, the more fucking excited we get, we do a pre-No Way Home episode. And
Fuck you, we're doing 2 Spider-Man episodes.
Exactly right. Basically just going to talk about our thoughts on what we want to expect, what we've seen so far, our own little theories, everything else. Just hyping it up for when it comes out and for it to crush our dreams when we actually see it.
Yeah, we'll do like a little... our predictions versus what actually happened and see who got the most right.
Exactly right. But as always, we'll start off with some news to get us underway and round out with a couple of questions to round it out. So, jumping into the news for the week, Guy Ritchie's latest film into the Guy Ritchie cinematic universe.
Yep.
Called Operation Fortune, starring Jason Statham, Aubrey Plaza, Bugsy Malone, Carrie Uwes, and Hugh Grant. It's basically the same cast as The Gentleman.
Yeah, very similar.
Very similar. But a very older, skinnier-looking Carrie Uwes.
Carrie Uwes.
He's getting more and more unrecognizable.
Yeah,
but not like in a bad way.
Nah. I mean, the last time I saw him, he was like a fat, crippled drunk in the end of the last Saw movie. So
yeah.
I don't really have a bearing for what he looks like, but now I know that he looks quite well.
He's looking good.
Good work,
He's
Carrie Uwes.
But yeah, it looks like a Guy Ritchie film, as you can imagine. Basically, if you've seen The Gentleman, you've already seen 3/4 of this movie. I'm lapping it up already because I cannot wait to see it.
I looked at the poster and I was like, all right.
Yeah.
I know exactly what it is. It's got to be better than Wrath of Mean, so...
Oh, fucking let's hope so. Aubrey Plaza looks a lot happier in this movie. She's smiling a lot.
Yeah.
That's not who I know Aubrey Plaza to be. Like, put on the resting bitch face.
You should watch Ingrid Goes West. It's a very good Aubrey Plaza role.
It's
very good movie. It's an extremely good movie, actually.
But yeah, it's Jason Statham doing a lot of pew pew bang bang. Very British, everything else. And Hugh Grant just being a weird, somehow villainous character.
I didn't watch the trailer, but...
yeah, well, that's how it is.
He's very Cockney. He's doing his Cockney bit again, isn't he?
Doing that good bit, so...
he looks exactly like his character from The Gentleman, so...
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's the same character.
But we'll be getting that in February next year.
Yeah, it's like Josh Hartnett is an actor, and he has to hide or something. I don't know.
Yeah, they're using Josh Hartnett back bait to do fucking something. I don't know. I saw explosions and weird jump cuts and linking up the music. I'm like, it's a Guy Ritchie formula. There it is. So we're going to be getting that.
Yep.
I wanted to briefly mention because I thought about this the other night. Danny Trejo.
Mm-hmm.
He's 77 years old.
Okay.
I didn't know he was that old.
I did not know he was that old.
And he's still pumping out 10 to 15 movies a year.
Yeah, and he looks the same as he's looked.
Bro, he's
for acting, a very long time.
You know he has over 500 acting credits?
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. That's crazy.
Like, he's the guy that just goes, like, if we wanted to do a movie...
We could probably get him.
We could literally just go, hey, man, do you want to come do an Australian horror film?
Yeah, he'd be like, yeah, right.
Yeah, man.
Sure. Why not?
100%. He just will slap his name onto anything.
Well, it's probably better than prison, isn't it? So
exactly right.
That's where he came from.
As I was looking through his credits and that, I think he's given up on trying to remember different character names because a lot of the movies he has the same name in.
Yeah.
And I'm like, makes sense. When you're doing that many, you just kind of have to go. I'm that guy now.
Yeah.
But just shout out Danny Trejo because it's incredible to be in that age and still pumping out.
Congrats on still being alive.
Good work, Danny Trejo. There was some rumors surfaced earlier the week in the realm of Black Panther 2 on Letitia Wright leaving due to not wanting to get a COVID jab.
Yeah.
These rumors have since been denied.
Ah, okay.
Yep. The studios have come out and said, no, that's not what's happening at all. That we're going to be kicking filming back off in January, and she will be there on set.
Yeah, right. Because she's had an injury, quote unquote.
She had an injury.
But the theory was that it's not an injury. She just doesn't want to be vaccinated.
Yeah. No, she did have an injury. Mostly the people put the dots together because she had an opinion on the COVID vaccine many, many, many months ago.
Yeah.
And people just go, yep, that's the internet. Let's take this and this and put it together. Bang, there's your story.
Mm-hmm.
But we're still getting Letitia Wright in Black Panther 2.
Okay.
Which is good, I guess.
She will probably be Black Panther.
She's no Chadwick Boseman, but she is already in the franchise and she's cool.
Okay, she's still alive, so...
She is still alive,
they're
yes.
doing what they can.
Yeah, exactly right. Warner Brothers are also tossing up between two different cuts of the Batman.
Okay.
They have two different versions in mind. They state one of these cuts involves a certain character not mentioned in any of the trailers thus far, so a secret character.
Jonker.
So they're thinking the
Probably
Jonker.
Jonker.
They're thinking Barry Keoghan is going to be playing the Joker.
Yep.
Who plays Druig in Eternals. The weird nose guy.
Yeah, he's got a big nose.
Yeah.
The second you say his name,
the rest of his face is all right. It's just the nose that just disproportions.
Quite a normal looking
else.
man. He's got a big nose.
Yeah, a strange nose. But yeah, the people did say he had like a more of a side role in the movie, but then they reckon that's just sort of a bait to say he turns into the Joker further on.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to know that they've got two cuts that they want to roll with.
Yeah, just release the one that everyone saw and said was really scary and was 3 hours long. I want that.
Just give us
me that.
the Batman.
There was a new international trailer released today, but it was in Japanese.
Fuck yeah.
I could not find the English version. But it was just like, it was a lot more of Robert Pattinson's face.
Yeah.
As Bruce Wayne. I think it was aimed to make people get used to that. I think.
Yeah,
and then,
definitely get used to it.
Then like a few scenes we've seen before.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe the dialogue was different, but it was in Japanese, so I don't know. As I don't speak Japanese. I can barely fucking speak English. I really battle.
Give it a red hot go.
I really battle with it most of the time.
Yeah, but it is what it is. So, just release the right cut. Warner Brothers, that's all we need to know.
Just release a good one.
Yeah, I saved the best news for last. We have gotten the Sonic 2 trailer.
Oh, yeah. We did.
And it's already the best movie of 2022. Comfortably.
I don't know about that. The Batman's still going to come out, but it does look extremely good.
It looks just by the trailer, it looks better than what the first movie is.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And as you all know, we're very avid fans of the first movie. It's fucking incredible.
I love that first one.
But this one just shows you. It just looks like it's a small action pack now.
It's more Sonic-y. Very
in-game Sonic because you've got Tails coming in helping him out. You've got the return of Dr. Robotnik.
Yep.
Full Jim Carrey doing Jim Carrey again, which is amazing. With his full robot army straight from the games.
It appears that Knuckles helped him find a Chaos Emerald.
Yep.
Or many Chaos Emeralds.
Many could be.
Could be. Make it go Super Saiyan and shit.
That reveal of Knuckles is probably one of the best trailer work I've seen.
Yeah.
Better than any other live action movie in my fucking time.
They're going to punch for a bit and then they'll be mates and they'll team up against Dr. Robotnik.
Yeah.
That's how it's going to go.
Exactly right.
But it's going to look spectacular. Jim Carrey's going to be spectacular. Jim Carrey looks so good with the mustache.
So good. It's
like, he just looks
ridiculous.
perfect. I just want more of that.
God.
Plenty of Jim Carrey. That's my hope.
It's going to be great. The look of it already looks amazing. The fight sequence in that trailer between Knuckles and Sonic looked amazing.
Yeah.
It didn't look cheap.
Very good looking movie.
Fucking
That first one was a good looking movie, man. James Marsden's barely in it, which makes me think he will be barely in the movie, I reckon.
Yeah, but not a bad thing.
Sonic and Tails, yeah.
I think that's more or less what you have to push for now.
Yeah, it ran its course. Like, the arc has happened.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that makes sense.
He had to do his own thing, and now's the sort of like he's there because he helped Sonic
Yeah.
do what he did.
And he like lives at his house and shit. So
Yeah. So if we just leave it
It's
at that
great.
and just let it be now all Sonic based and move it into the Sonic realm, I can only imagine after this movie we're going to get the introduction of Shadows. We might get
probably.
Amy.
Yeah.
We'll get the whole gang. Everyone
it'll
will
be all
come
there.
into it.
Yeah.
So Sonic 2
Yeah,
next
Sonic 2
year,
looks
April
cool.
9th, I think it was.
Oh, fuck.
Sometime in April, so it's
Yeah.
not far away.
Not really, yeah.
And it's going to be an absolute fucking joy.
Yeah, Christmas is next week.
It's fucked.
Didn't know that.
Did you know
then-
that No Way Home is 3 days away?
Well, for some of us.
Oh, yeah,
For
sorry.
some of us, it's still 5 days away.
Yeah,
But it is in the ballpark. It's less than a week.
it is.
Right here.
We're in the week of it. So,
Tomorrow will be my last day on Instagram for a while.
yeah. Gee, fucking
Fucking
definitely.
read a book because I got to get off TikTok. Got to get off Reddit.
You have to get off everything.
Like I'm so ingrained. Like my algorithm is so ingrained towards Spider-Man.
Yep.
I'm just like I can't look at my phone really.
No, because it will be the first thing that pops up.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Spider-Man now.
And I'm worried about because I have my banners turned on with the text preview. So I am worried about that, and I don't know how to change it because I'm a sad old man.
I can help you with that.
Thank you.
All right, so let's talk about No Way Home. Just a fucking rundown of everything we fucking know. I wrote a lot of shit for this, and I don't know why, but I can probably remember it off the top of my head. But basically, so let's just jump into sort of what we know thus far with this movie. From the trailers that we've gotten in that, we obviously know this is a Sinister 5 versus one or multiple Spider-Men. We get the returns of all our famous villains. We know the multiverse is completely
One
open.
not so famous one, which we don't know why they're in there. Why is Sandman in this?
Yep.
Why
exactly
did they bring
right.
him back? Who gives a fuck?
The multiverse
There
is
has to
completely
be a
open.
reason.
Exactly. Well, yeah. Hopefully, we'll learn. We know that this is going to be a very emotional movie on Parker's behalf. There will be some loss to take in. This will be a very dark, a darker take. Everything we've heard is that this is the most ambitious Spider-Man movie of all time.
Yep, not surprising.
Where
If you've seen any of the other ones,
exactly right. The press tour has kicked off, and they're getting the
well,
40
and truly.
minutes of the movie is all they're getting to see,
Mm-hmm.
which it just drives the question: what are you hiding? Because
What are they showing?
that
That's
as
what I
well.
think.
I don't think. I think they're
'Cause we've-
showing the
yeah.
parts without it.
We've had two very long trailers, which showed pretty
Two
much
very
everything.
different trailers.
But they showed a lot, so I'm going to guess the 40 minutes is like chopped up.
Yes,
Some of that, just
Yeah.
longer sequences from those trailers.
I
Like
don't think
maybe they're getting the full train sequence.
yeah, I highly
don't
don't think
know.
they're getting any of the big secret reveals
None of the big story ones. None
because
of the
I don't think
reveals.
they can trust anyone
No,
in the
God, no.
world
Oh, fuck no.
because
You can't.
it just fuels that speculation that obviously Garfield
it's
and
impossible.
Toby
And
are in it.
Yeah, it's impossible. You can't control people. Like, you can sue people as many times as you want, but
Yeah.
once it's out, it's out. So
It's the internet, man.
yeah, you got to show them carefully.
Mm.
Can't show them any of the from Act 2.5 onwards. You just
Yep.
can't show them really.
No.
I mean,
Depending how that movie's cut, because as you said, the two long trailers that we've had are two very different trailers. The first one was very Peter Parker, Doctor Strange based, of sort of kicking off the multiverse, and the second one went balls to the wall.
villains. Yeah.
Here's all the villains. Here's
Yeah.
everyone you loved Spider-Man fighting in the older movies, all back in one.
Yes.
And you go, okay, that's fucking mad.
And hints to Aunt May dying probably.
Mm.
Hints to MJ maybe dying, but Andrew Garfield will probably save her.
Yep. We'll see.
Less hints towards an evil Doctor Strange though. The first trailer was very,
Yes.
very.
Everyone was like, oh, that could be Mephisto.
Yeah.
This is taking some different storyline.
And there was like there's the What If episode with evil Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Like maybe they're just doing that again. But he turned into a big tentacle monster at the end of that What If episode.
It's a strange one, that one.
So I don't think that's going to happen.
yeah.
But it could be an imposter Strange. And apparently the Doctor Strange 2 trailer is just going to play at the end of this movie. So I was saying the post credits will be Doctor Strange and
Ant-Man.
what's her name? And Ant-Man. But like in the Doctor Strange one, fucking Elizabeth Olsen. What's her name? Wanda. I assume they would show her.
Yeah.
But apparently, and you can't. It's the internet. It's just rumors. But apparently, just the trailer's just gonna play.
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, what they did that for.
Which would have to mean the trailer will come out for us on like Thursday morning. If it goes on the internet at the same time.
You'd think, yeah. Because it wouldn't be the first time. Because what they played, what movie played Into the Spider-Verse?
Oh, yeah, one of them.
Scene. Some movie played
Something did, yeah.
Fuck, I can't remember what, but it was just a
and
scene from that.
The end of one of them, they played the first Avengers trailer in full. Just the trailer.
Yeah.
And then, in one of them, there was a clip out of Civil War. Like, they've done it before. But I hope it doesn't replace a post-credits.
I hope
it's like a trailer and then 2 post-credits.
Surely you don't. I don't think you end this with no post-credits.
I know it's a 2-hour and 47-minute movie, but I still want all the post-credits.
Well, maybe you get a mid-credit and then the post-credits is the trailer.
Yeah, maybe.
Of some sorts. Because obviously it depends what happens with the future of this. Anyway, so we know what we're sort of expecting from this movie in a sense. But let's jump into all the villains and sort of what we're getting from them in these movies. So let's start with Dr. Otto Octavius. So obviously he's referenced as one of the bigger focus points in this movie, along with him and Green Goblin. Yep. Sort of insinuating that he might be the driving villain, possibly ally.
Yeah, he looks like an ally, and apparently Green Goblin's the real big bad. Apparently.
So we see him, fighting Parker and that, demasking him and being like, "You're not Peter Parker," insinuating the whole multiverse. There's the other Spider-Man there, but where are they? And then the further sequences from him after that sort of is he seems more or less captured.
It would be so insane if the other 2 Spider-Men aren't in this movie. Like, it's just dawning on me now. Like, the marketing alone is Sam Raimi. Just like, hey, remember Sam Raimi?
Yeah.
Like, the marketing is all Doc Ock.
Yeah.
All of it.
Very much.
And then there's been one Jamie Foxx there. Bless you.
Thank you.
There's been one Jamie Foxx. But it would be... Like, you'd almost have to admire if they weren't in it.
And I have that little inkling in the back of my mind.
Yeah, I reckon it's more than a 20% chance they're not into it.
Yeah.
Not in it. But that still leaves like 76%. They're
dropping too many hints to say that they fucking are.
Yeah. Doc Ock looks like the Stark Tech removes his inhibitor chip and makes him become one with his arms as opposed to the arms just controlling him.
Yeah.
Because very much in that first scene on the bridge, he's clearly still under the control of the arms. So obviously whenever, Tony Stark still influencing the world fucking 10 years after he's dead.
Of course.
So
you get that. You see him sort of more talking with Parker and Strange. And
like, he is still captured.
Yeah.
He's in a prison
but
cell
he's giving away information.
Yeah.
Helpful information. Like he tells Parker, you're chasing ghosts.
Yeah.
And then Strange goes, all these people, they die at the hands of Spider-Man. It's inevitable. It's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Soz. Lol. Kill them.
Yeah.
I
reckon he'll have redemption and then die a heroic death.
More than likely, because there's a very quick moment in that trailer, in the scaffolding scene. Mm-hmm. We do see
he gets yeeted.
He gets yeeted off the scaffolding, and there seems to be a yellow electric shock beam that does it. Mm-hmm. So that sort of fuels the speculation of, okay, he's going to help Parker/Parkers.
Yep.
To take down the other 3 very low-level villains, but we'll get into that. Mm-hmm. It's comforting to see Alfred Molina back in something like this again.
Yeah,
and even the tour press and that stuff that he's done, he's just such a lovely older gentleman now.
Fucking gem of a human being.
Absolutely,
he's just an absolute gem. Apparently, obviously the arms are all digital this time, so it would have been a much easier shoot for him.
Yeah, 100%.
So, hopefully he can just do more.
Hopefully.
Go hard, go off.
So we're
Go off, sis.
So now Green Goblin, obviously the other big bad original, with the fucking incredible return of Willem Dafoe, which is just the greatest thing in the world.
Thank fucking God.
Because you couldn't have it without him.
No, you can't put anyone else in that suit.
You can't bring it around and say, "Oh, dude, no, it's not Norman Osborn, it's Harry Osborn." Yeah. And you're like, "Fuck off!"
And you can't just have him like blow himself up or something and never show his face or whatever. Like,
so there's a lot of different iterations around here surrounding the Green Goblin in this. So the big reveal was him in the full original green suit, picturesque, like it's carbon
Pristine.
copy of the original.
Fucking gorgeous.
Looks amazing in the newer technology in filming it. It's incredible.
I still just keep looking at it. Like,
it's amazing.
Just genuinely just
it's
looking
amazing.
at it.
But obviously through leaks and then further on the press tour with the villains and that, of us getting a different Goblin suit. So there was an unmasked Goblin in the trailer. We sort of had the rest of the suit on, but no mask, bit more of a raggedy desert hood type deal. Defoe said in the villains panel with Melina and Jamie Foxx, there will be upgrades to this suit. It's much more comfortable now to wear than it was back then, thanks to technology.
I just think he'll lose it. Not lose it, but like the mask will break or whatever.
And it has. That's already been confirmed.
Yeah,
so there have been some new clips that have come out.
In the bridge fight.
Yeah, well, there was a still of the Goblin mask broken in half in an alleyway.
Yeah.
So...
yeah, and then...
that could be a turning point.
I don't know, I feel like he gets corrupted or something and becomes more evil. Because that scene, like, he looks truly bonkers.
Deranged.
He looks bonkers in that hospital scene.
Yeah.
If it's a hospital, whatever that big building
It's something.
is. It looks like a hospital.
It's a government building of some sort.
You have to assume it's a hospital.
Yeah. Or a bank.
But he looks like he's just like truly...
he's lost the plot in some capacity.
Because he's doing that wild Willem Dafoe face that we love
which
so
is very
much.
fucking wild. And they hammered that in when they released that little small clip.
Yeah.
They wanted that to be the fucking shining light of that.
It's here.
And go, bang, there's Willem Dafoe face.
So yeah, I think he'll be the one who just wants fucking full chaos. Like, Doc Ock will go good, have his redemption, go good. Electro will just want to be like recognized or whatever, just like as a villain.
Yep.
And like he's probably got some ulterior motive. But I think Green Goblin will just be truly unhinged and off the rails and dangerous and scary. And that's what you want him to be.
He will be the evil part of this. Obviously, you can think maybe possibly some happiness or some more redeeming qualities might shine through, or try to at least shine through, and he might try and help.
Yeah, maybe Toby will be like, "Hey, your son died the exact same way you did because they ran out of ideas in Spider-Man 3." But yeah, even up to his death in Spider-Man 1, back in 2001, we're old. He was like scheming and conniving, and he was like acting to try and lull Peter into a false sense of security.
Yeah,
to get stabbed in the spine. But then,
exactly right.
Speederman. Speederman's got his speeder sense, and he does a backflip, and that's how he dies. So, yeah, I think Green Goblin's just going to be pure chaos, pure no rhyme or reason for what he's doing. He's just like, I'm in this universe, I got to kill Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. But there is the speculation that possibly someone will die at the hands of the Goblin, because of that scene of him throwing the pumpkin bomb.
It's absolutely Aunt May.
Yeah, it's either Aunt May, which is most favourites are on Aunt May.
Yeah.
There's briefly ones that it could be Happy.
Nah.
But I don't think you can lose Happy.
Jon Favreau's an EP on most of these movies,
exactly.
isn't he?
Yeah, I don't think he's going to go, I'm not ready yet.
If they're not going to kill MJ, it'll be Aunt May. It's got to be one of... sorry, it's got to be one of the females.
Yeah,
it's a comic book thing. Chill out.
They go, look, in this trilogy... we didn't make you succumb to seeing Uncle Ben die again.
Nobody's died yet, really.
So now you're going to see Aunt May get fucking minced.
I mean, fucking Mysterio died, but he was a prick at that point. So, like...
did he die, though?
He didn't die. He's probably in this also.
Never fucking know.
More than likely.
But I think the Green Goblin is who I'm most excited to see the villain side of this.
Absolutely. Hands down.
Just because Willem Dafoe is literally just
And we've still not seen that much of him.
No, that's a good thing as well.
Doc Ock, we've probably seen all of his scenes.
Yeah.
Save for some dialogue. So
the Goblin, 3 scenes, very quick. I'm happy with what I've seen, and now I'm just like, all right, let me have the rest of it at the cinema.
You know what I've been thinking about is there going to be, like, how does it look? How does the multiverse look? Are they just going to appear, or are they going to go through, like, a wormhole or something? I don't think they'll do, like, a Star Trek time warp or whatever. I wonder how it'll... I think they'll just start sprinkling them in.
No, I think it's going to be how we saw it in Venom 2 in that post-credits.
It'll just, like, wipe.
How the... around them sort of changes with the Doctor Strangey ring type thing.
Yeah.
I think that's how it's going to be. A shifting dimension.
And then all the big, like, wormhole cities and stuff is just like, whatever.
Yeah,
that's just a cool Doctor Strange sequence.
It's the shit we saw in Doctor Strange, in the first Doctor Strange movie.
Yes.
So it's just going to be the manipulation of how he sees.
Something to do with that box, that cube Spider-Man keeps holding.
Yeah, I know. Every time I saw that cube, I just made me think of Transformers going, the cube.
The all-spark.
The all-spark.
What is in that cube? Yeah. Everyone's speculating it's a Ghostbusters trap.
Yeah, very much could be.
Trapping the Ghostbusters.
Well, that's what Doctor Strange says. We have to... We've got to get him back and capture him. So it does seem a very, like, Little Nicky get in a flask type... get sucked into a box and then fucking yeet.
Yeah, maybe the conflict at the Statue of Liberty at the end... it's not a coup or anything by the villains. It's like Spider-Man and Doctor Strange trying to get him in one spot. And maybe there's a lightning bolt at the top of the Liberty Tower or whatever.
Yep.
Who knows?
So, then the...
a lot of people probably already know at this point.
The last 3 villains, we're going to quickly jump into them because...
Who gives a shit?
They're a part of it. Electro is the biggest out of those other 3. It's
complete redesign.
More or less just... looking at the complete redesign of Jamie Foxx's character, which will be interesting in terms of how that's brought into the movie and how they reference Spider-Man 2, and it's sort of like...
He seems to be very at one with his powers now.
Yeah.
Whereas when he was Blue Dubstep guy, he was still like figuring it out or whatever.
Yeah.
But now it really looks like he's like...
It more seems like he's a more put-together character, but more of a criminal than he was a nerd in that movie.
Yeah, and he's like so powerful he can...
Because in this he looks
make himself look human. He looks fit,
He's fit. He's just wearing normal clothes, like he's just going...
He's got like riot gear on.
It's almost riot gear, yeah. Combat boots, and
the
main thing people noticed was that he's wearing an arc reactor, similar to that of Tony Stark. So
and Doc Ock gets Stark Tech in the beginning. So like, is that maybe we will see Blue Dubstep Electro at the beginning, or maybe he'll just turn up and he'll be like, I stole Tony Stark's arc reactor and now I look like a bloke.
Yeah, I think more or less they said there will be no blue. I think Jamie Foxx said if there's any hint of blue in this film, I'm not doing it.
That's fair.
That's why he said you got to make the electricity full yellow,
or maybe in universe, whatever.
I get
because they can't introduce them all one by one. Like I reckon these last 3 we're talking about, they just turn up.
Yeah,
together.
They won't get a little introduction of sorts. They're just there. But he looks cool.
Because who gives a shit? I'm sorry. Who gives a shit about the Amazing Spider-Man villains? Nobody gives a shit.
You did have great ones. So obviously the next is Sandman.
We don't know who's playing.
We don't know who's playing Sandman. We don't know why.
Why
Sandman.
the fuck?
We know that he's just
a
big pile of sand now. So he's not a guy in a blue striped shirt that can briefly turn into sand.
Oh my god!
And then the lizard, who my words exactly in my notes is legit does nothing but scream in the scaffolding scene at nothing.
I think he exists to die. He'll be a small threat to Andrew Garfield, and then he'll just die.
Because are we confirmed that it's old mate playing lizard again?
Reese Ifans, Reese Ifans.
Because if it is, it's sort of like.
No, I think
is it ever him as normal, or is he always just a lizard?
I think it will just be. I think he'll be in it for a very small amount of time, and he will just be the lizard.
Yeah. Oh, great. So they're the main 5 that we're looking at here. Obviously, going into this before the trailer was this would be the Sinister 6.
Yep.
But there's only 5.
Yep.
Further speculation is we haven't heard of anything from Michael Keaton with Vulture.
Nope.
We know that he's apparently going to turn up in Morbius. He did state a few weeks ago that he's filming Vulture stuff.
Yeah.
That obviously it's way too late in the game to be putting that into this.
Yeah.
So I think Vulture's completely out of this scenario. The Venom situation,
Too soon again, I think.
I think at least post credits or end.
Okay.
A little glimpse of something. He won't be in it, but there's going to be a glimpse of
reference or something.
There's going to be something to it.
Yep.
So that doesn't leave anyone else that we can think can appear in this.
But Mysterio
somehow coming back.
Yeah. Jake Gyllenhaal's been in about 60 movies since Far From Home.
About
speaking of prolific actors,
3/4 of them have been straight to Netflix.
That cunt has been in every single movie.
Yeah, he's just fucking going for it.
Yeah, I don't know. You just whatever nanobots and drones. You can bring anyone back. It's comic books.
Yeah, as it true.
Whatever. Multiverse.
Yeah. So it's hard to think if there's gonna be any sort of big show ups in this, other than who we've mentioned. The obvious notable is that the Spider-Man will show up.
Yes.
So
it would be truly baffling to not.
Yeah. So we really got to get into the whole Spider-Man fucking situation here now, because I feel like Disney is trying so well to go shut the fuck up. They're not in it,
but
in the same sense, you're like, they're not going to come out and go, hey, 17, 19 years later, you're going to get your Spider-Man back all together. You don't give that away.
There's no
even
way.
In a trailer.
You would never in a trillion squillion years give that away.
Yeah, and then everyone goes, oh, look, here's Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield saying they're not in Spider-Man. It's like, of course they're going to say they're not in Spider-Man.
The speculation alone sells tickets.
Yeah.
The curiosity, even if you're not in on this franchise, even if you don't give a shit about Spider-Man or Sam Raimi or Mark Webb, like any connection to these Spider-Man, the speculation alone of Andrew Garfield going on talk shows and dodging it, Tobey Maguire just being around, but
Tobey Maguire just going for a jog in a fucking New York park and everyone being like, hey, yo, Spider-Man, you're in the new film. He just goes, take
a photo with me and fuck off.
Take a photo. Yeah. Fucking hell.
So that alone made this it's already the biggest selling movie.
Exactly, as we talked about. Within 24 hours, $35 million in ticket sales, pre-order. That was a month before.
And I think even with them being in it, people are still going to be let down because the expectation is, in Spider-Verse, there was like the mentor role and there was like the perfect Spider-Man. Everyone's just like, oh, well, Tobey Maguire will be the mentor, Andrew Garfield will be perfect, and Tom Holland will create his own path. Tom Holland's already got his own path. We know this Spider-Man so well, and he's had so many arcs except loss. Yeah, which is it's going to be dumped into this movie, and it's going to be really. Well,
the only loss experience was Tony Stark.
Yes, and living up to that expectation as well. There's been no time for him to process. He has to keep being Spider-Man. Yeah. So I think if they're in it, they'll be in it for maybe a generous 20 minutes. For that last scene,
it won't be.
There'll be dialogue on that scaffolding, as we've seen
from leaks, which everyone is sort of like, it's deep fakes. It's fucking, it's shit quality. So why would that be real? It's very easy to fake. And then you see that trailer and you go, that's the scene.
That's right there.
That's perfectly the scene.
Yeah.
Because how would you fake knowing that there's going to be a scaffolding scenario?
Yeah, exactly. You don't. and there was no scaffolding in the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies.
Exactly.
There was cranes. There was that fantastic crane sequence we made a lot of fun of in our Spider-Man episode.
Yeah. But obviously most notably was the Brazil Sony trailer that dropped.
Yeah.
Which was
the biggest dead giveaway.
Electro, Lizard, and Sandman in one side of the scaffolding, and then one lonesome Peter Parker in the middle, and then they jump at each other, where it's very obvious that Electro and the Lizard are jumping somewhere else.
Yeah.
And Tom Holland is going straight for Sandman.
Mm-hmm.
And then everyone was like, well, that's really weird. Something's been edited out.
Yes.
And then Brazil's Sony team went, we got a little bit extra. Drop theirs, where that scene is extended by 2 seconds, and the Lizard is punched by John Cena.
Yeah. Just gets whacked downwards by nothing.
He gets completely yeeted.
But also, Green Goblin and Doc Ock aren't there. So there's still more questions.
Exactly right. Because obviously we said that scaffolding scene, it looked like Doc Ock was knocked out by Electro.
Yes.
So on one side you go, that's the 3 Spider-Man versus 3 villains.
Yeah. That's the hero
Because
shot. It's the big money
It's
shot.
the hero shot. It's how it looks amazing.
It's how they're going to sell it once the secret's out.
And then those few people come out from the cracks and go, I like your theory, but what if I told you it was Green Goblin and Doc Ock? And you go, don't do that. Don't say that.
I mean, I would still really love that.
It'd be cool.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
Green Goblin is not turning good.
Not the way that we see a Goblin.
He ain't turning good.
I guess,
He doesn't have an inhibitor chip, bless you, to override.
Yeah.
He is just chaos.
Yeah, definitely.
And then we got remember 30 years ago when this movie was announced, Jacob Battalion, is that his name? Jacob Battalion?
Yeah.
Got fit. And everyone was like, okay, he's a villain because he's not fat anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe he just didn't want to be fat anymore.
Maybe. Health choices.
Yeah. But nobody's mentioned that in a while.
No.
Since that first trailer, actually, nobody's mentioned Ned at all.
Yeah.
And Ned has really not been in it a lot.
No. But then he does appear in that scaffolding scene, though.
He's in the scaffolding scene.
And if we're led to believe that scaffolding is more or less the end game of this movie, or close enough to it, it seems like there wouldn't be enough time to introduce Ned as
how fuck would it be if
Hobgoblin?
The bridge scene was the last scene, and the scaffolding is for some reason at the beginning.
Fuck, man.
That's not going to happen. The scaffolding is the end.
Yeah, definitely so. But we see Ned there in sort of like his high school gear.
Yeah.
Same with MJ as well.
Yeah. And they seem to be like both sort of damsel in distress.
Yeah.
Maybe Green Goblin picks him up and uses them as bait.
Yeah.
That's a Green Goblin move, baby.
It's very Goblin move.
He does that.
It's yeah.
But we do see. Wasn't there leaked images of Electro and Green Goblin like having a chat? They're both just in human form. Am I remembering that correctly? Maybe it was just photos of Jamie Foxx, but I distinctly remember there were photos leaked.
I remember a photo of Defoe, but it was just a close up of him, and then there was another one of Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
Where it doesn't show who he's talking to,
No.
but he basically just says, "You're not going to take this away from me."
Yeah.
So whether that's a villain versus villain or a Spider-Man versus villain, it's a something.
Could be
there.
Strange going, hey,
It could be Strange.
get back in your universe hole.
Exactly right.
Go.
Mate, my universe.
Bed.
No, walk the other way. No.
Treat? You want a treat? My dog's listening to this. He's losing his fucking mind right now. This is how I talk to my dog.
Shout out, Frank.
Shout out, Frank. But yeah, fucking, yeah.
Yeah, there's something.
Because, how much is Strange going to be in this?
Exactly.
Maybe Strange incites it, and then he comes back at the end.
So let's talk about Strange. So Strange is obviously the reason for the multiverse.
Yeah.
The whole premise that we are led to believe is Peter Parker just wants everyone to forget that he's Spider-Man, because obviously the big outing from Mysterio from Far From Home was that Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
Yeah.
He says, yo, what crazy wizard do I know that could make this work? Doctor Strange, who from the first trailer we're all like, that's kind of weird that he's happy to help him out in such a stupid thing to do.
Blasé, carefree.
Yeah.
Attitude, yeah. It's not very...
goes for it. Strange is very...
analytical and very sensible.
If he knows the numbers are right, he'll do it.
Yeah. Yeah, like in Infinity War, he knew everyone had to die for everyone to win.
Greater ramifications that, and he really fucking thought about that one.
Yeah.
Lucky to get that one right.
Yeah.
So this one for him just to go, yeah, sweet, let's just go down to my fucking bunker.
Yeah.
In the Sanctum Sanctorum and just go, fucking, let's just yeet a spell,
and Yeah, and Wong warned him not to, and then the campy wink and stuff, you're just like, what? I don't know,
which
man.
could
that
be cut
fit.
differently for the movie.
Oh, yeah, of course it is. But even, yeah.
That's what it shows us that I don't think we're going to get much Wong in this either.
Oh, man. I want more Wong.
I think that's all the Wong we're going to get. Because
Shang-Chi, there was no Wong at all until the end.
A little bit of Wong to fight Abomination and then Wong by the end.
Need more Wong.
As I said, I think Wong's just the guy rounding all the new Avengers up.
Yeah.
I think this is what's happening with him. He's going on a trip.
Because Happy dies. He's the new Happy.
Yep, but a better name. So Strange obviously does all this. The spell is fucked up, apparently, because Peter Parker can't shut the fuck up.
Yep.
Which botches the spell.
Yep.
Which is what we're led to believe is the reason for the multiverse opening.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, okay. I don't know how spells work. I don't know if you get it that wrong that it opens a whole portal to the rest of the universe.
Yep.
But sure, we'll go with it. If that's what happens, it happens. Then obviously we see his MacGuffin, which is the cube. To get all these villains
some sort
back.
of cube, yep.
We see him possibly fighting with Spider-Man. So obviously there's the cat and mouse game of him trying to get the box back.
Yeah.
And then there's other ones with like the train scene where he summons a whole bunch of different trains, and you're like, are they fighting?
Yeah, and there was like an ADR in one of the TV spots. You hear Tom Holland yelling, "You don't have to do this."
Yeah.
In that scene, and of course that could be a line from anywhere else.
Exactly.
But yeah, fucking none.
So Strange.
It's extremely out of character for Strange.
Strange is very strange in these scenarios of trailers. We've got excuse me. A new clip that came out was him casting some runes in the sky. Very similar to that of Wanda in WandaVision when she was fighting Agatha.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It was very similar to that. He was just up, and then you could see around him a bunch of different runes.
Yeah.
And you go, okay, it's another type of spell here.
Could be a Ghostbusters trap.
Could be a Ghostbusters trap of some sort. We don't know, but we can see a correlation there to Wanda and where that might further take us. Who knows? But obviously, the whole thing is Strange's focus in this movie is closing the multiverse because, as he says, they're all starting to come through, and I don't think I can stop them.
Yeah.
What that's a reference to, who knows?
Yeah.
Because that's then sort of saying maybe in your situation is the wormhole effect where they're all dropping through, but that seems too campy.
Yeah, I don't think.
That seems really cartoonish.
It seems like a DC movie. Like,
it seems like there's more of a bigger threat coming out of this.
Yeah. Maybe Strange just wanted to experiment with the multiverse.
Maybe,
and just like he just loses control.
Yeah, maybe it's the same thing. Because we see that shot around the statue of Captain America Liberty Tower.
Yeah.
And the sky is sort of ripped with purple.
Yeah.
It sort of
It's
just
very
say like
WandaVision-esque,
maybe this is the multiverse
door
in its look or something.
Yeah.
Which you can't sort of work out and figure out what the fuck is happening there.
Yeah, because then you still got the land of Loki to consider as well.
Yeah.
Like with the fucking branching lightning and stuff. It's like, is Kang doing something?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
what the fuck is happening?
The more you think about all this, you go, fuck, we've had like 4 TV series and a couple other movies that like go, hey, like everything's happening all at once.
Yeah.
So remember that when you're watching this.
Yeah.
You go, Loki, WandaVision,
10 Rings.
Venom.
Like 10 Rings might have something.
I'm all
Eternals.
fucking confused there.
Oh, fuck me.
Yeah. So
Yeah, people really don't like the Eternals.
I don't understand
I think
why.
we were the only 2 people on Earth who liked it. I like the
I
Eternals.
don't get it. It's such a great movie.
Yeah.
People just don't like diversity. Go fuck yourself. You're all out here fighting for a fucking couple of old men playing Spider-Man again.
Here I am.
Here we are fucking talking about
Begging
it.
for Tobey Maguire.
Jesus Christ, we can't wait.
Look, I'm very good at managing my expectations.
Mm-hmm.
I'm allowing myself to be like, okay, Toby's in it. I've imagined it 1,000 times. Like, what is his reveal going to be? How is he going to enter? It's going to be extremely cool, whatever it is. And I'm going to cry my fucking eyes out. But I'll be okay if he's not in it. I still think we will get... Because Alyssa pointed out that this could be a fucking bad movie. This could be a mess. It could be really, like, too much all at once. Mm-hmm. And, you know, like, people aren't... I haven't seen anyone mention that as a possibility. I certainly haven't mentioned it as a possibility. She needed to grab my ankle and pull me back. Like, not in a malicious way. She was just like, hey, just like...
Yeah.
It might not be everything you think it's going to be.
Yeah.
And I think she was pointing towards Tobey Maguire, but I will be okay if Tobey Maguire is not in it.
Yeah.
But I am heavily expecting Tobey Maguire to be in it.
I have thought of that scenario as well, that the Spider-Man aren't in this.
Yeah.
I dreamt that they weren't in it.
I've dreamt about this movie a lot of times.
And I was just like, oh shit, they did it. They didn't put them in this movie.
Yeah.
And I think I'd be okay with it as well.
Yeah.
Because I'm sitting here going, I'm not amping myself up to say, yes, I'm seeing all of the Spider-Man back in this movie.
Yes.
And if they don't happen, okay. All I can say is the multiverse is open. Possibly down the line, there's room for something else.
Yeah, of course. And I think John Watts is an incredibly competent director.
Yeah.
And he is treated Spider-Man with so much love and care, and done things we never would have expected to see in live action. Like Mysterio, nobody thought that could be done without being stupid.
God, his fucking suit looked amazing.
Yeah, and Far From Home was just a spectacularly good movie. So I believe in him making a good movie, whatever happens. I think it's going to be a good movie. I don't think it will be. I think it'll be a lot, but I don't think it'll be bad.
I don't think Kevin Feige puts this much stress into a movie without him knowing that this is going to be one of the biggest movies in his arsenal.
Yeah, it'll be one of the biggest of all time, surely.
For him to go and put this much effort into the press, into what they're showing, what they want to keep hidden until release, like, it's a fucking lot of work. And you didn't get that for Avengers.
No.
Endgame, Infinity War. You didn't get any of that.
No.
You had the whole cast of them going, we'll show up eventually.
We'll be there.
And everyone's sort of like, well, we know they all come back by the end of Endgame. Like, this is going to be, how does that look? This, they go, what do you want to know?
Yeah.
Get out.
Yeah, Endgame was like, okay, we know they're going to win and prevail.
Yeah.
How are they going to do it? This is what is going to be.
This is completely fucking new.
What's it going to be? What? Yeah.
This is something like
how.
This is something that has no comic book prowess to it, where you go, this is that story.
There's nothing to point back to.
It has elements of other stories.
Yeah.
But the MCU has evolved into its own fucking self now. All it takes now from the comics is its characters.
Pretty much, yeah. And
go,
a wink and a nod every now and then.
Yeah,
like,
and they go, here's these little references here and there, but the story is our own.
Depending on the character.
Depending.
You know, the entire Hawkeye series is pretty much just the My Life as a Weapon run.
Yeah.
Like, almost adapted perfectly.
Yeah.
Like,
which I'm hearing a lot of good things about.
I don't know if it's good or not. I haven't watched it.
I'm hearing a lot of good things about Hawkeye.
It's very good.
Like, I haven't heard one person go, it's just like it's like Captain America and Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, right.
Where it's just sort of
perfectly.
Yeah,
cool.
Hawkeye, they're sort of going, like, it's getting good. Like, it's getting real fucking good.
Yeah.
And I'm going, okay, I might watch it then.
Yeah, but what you're saying is fucking bang on. Yes, they've done the Sinister Six, but in the comics there wasn't another movie version of Green Goblin.
Yeah.
And there wasn't another movie version of
But as it
Electro.
was, Sinister Six, there was 12 different iterations of the Sinister Six.
Yeah, and also there's 5 of them in this.
And there's 5 of them in this.
Will Aaron Taylor Johnson's Craven show up already? Like, I doubt it, but fucking, you can throw it in the speculation bowl.
Funny that you mentioned that.
It's like a fucking swingers party with all the keys in the bowl.
Yeah, well, funny that you mentioned the Craven the Hunter is that the original idea for this film was it was Spider-Man versus Craven.
The Last Hunt, yes. Which is one of the most famous Spider-Man comics.
Yeah, that's what this movie was going to be, and then they went, nah, we can do something different. And
It's
what a fucking
It's very
turnaround.
interesting. It's such a, talk about scale, like, and scope, like, exploding it.
Yeah, Jesus fucking Christ.
I think, I don't know, maybe Loki didn't push as many buttons as we thought it did. So they need Doctor Strange and Spider-Man to be like, anything is possible. Like, because they need to let people know that, you know, now once they dip into cosmic and stuff, it's going to get hard to follow.
Very fucking hard to follow. People already didn't understand the end of Loki.
No, and you have
last
to...
episode was a fucking godsend to the MCU TV.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were like, it was just talking for 40 minutes, and you're like,
it had to be.
Not understand?
and you know, Endgame... Oh, fucking hell, I just uppercut at myself with a microphone.
Right.
Endgame is a miracle that it was as simple as it was, because when you get into time travel and different universes, like, you're going to lose people.
I feel bad for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Yeah, fucking
people
hell,
already
Jesus
lost
Christ.
the fucking title of that movie.
Oh, jeez, yeah. So it'll be a miracle if... Not even a miracle, but I think it's a big task to ease people into the multiverse. And I don't think Loki... I think Loki was too... not literal enough. It was too ambiguous.
Yeah.
And it was too focused on setting up whatever's next.
Yeah.
Okay, bye-bye.
But...
whereas this has to be, okay, we need to wrap up Spider-Man, even though we're getting another trilogy with little Tom Holland. We need to address, you know, life without the Avengers and Tony Stark, and, you know, what superheroes have to do on their own, pretty much. Even though Spider-Man probably won't be on his own in this.
Most likely
you know,
not.
there's so much they have to do in this one movie, I think. And if you're ever going to ease people into mind-blowing hard to follow stories like that.
Yep.
You do it with a Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
Because Spider-Man, everyone likes Spider-Man, right? Everyone knows who Spider-Man is.
And going
He can do a flip, he can shoot some webs.
And going from all the hype, everyone gives a shit about this movie.
Yeah, right now
So
the entire world, it's just like, yeah, Spider-Man week.
As we know,
This week's a write-off.
as we know with Kevin Feige, the man has a plan.
He's always got a plan.
He's got the next 10 years in mind. He knows how Phase 4 ends.
Yeah.
And he knows every little detail.
He put big eternal spoiler in 3, 2, 1. He put Blade in a movie. Like, the script's not even written.
Yeah.
They have a writer, and
Yeah.
that's it. And they still put Blade's voice in it.
Yeah.
So, he's laying the groundwork. They put Thanos. Ooh, why didn't anyone stop Thanos? I still say it all the time. They put Thanos in fucking one of the very early MCU movies.
Yeah.
And then Endgame happened in 2019. Like, that's fucking 10 years,
So, it did what it fucking did.
So I think this movie, it's a tough place to be in if you're John Watts, because obviously Kevin Feige is breathing down your neck going, you got to set all this up. But John Watts really just wants to wrap his trilogy up. But he also wants to be like, hey, I like this.
What a fucking way to wrap up your trilogy.
Yeah, fucking hell, Jesus Christ.
You get the biggest wrap up in fucking...
And then he goes to bed for one night and he has to write and direct Fantastic Four because he signed on for that. The man wants to...
Poor dude,
that man wants to work.
My God.
But fucking
hey, why not?
Why wouldn't you? And I trust him implicitly, so...
Yeah.
I think this will not be bad or a mess. I think it'll be a lot, but I think it'll be... No matter who's in it, no matter what happens, it'll be a very fun, good movie.
Yep.
I think it'll be dark and sad in some parts when Aunt May dies, because that's going to happen. It just is.
Yep.
But I think it'll be good, and I think next week's review will be like, yeah, that was mad.
It's...
Or we'll be foaming at the mouth. Yeah, we wanted to.
I don't see this being a Tenet situation. I need to make that perfectly clear.
I don't see anything being a Tenet in this situation.
I don't want to do this myself and put myself in this position, but I will say that this will be one of the greatest movies in the history of film. Not just comic book movies, but for film in general.
I think I'm going to cry at least 5 times.
You were going to cry?
I'm going to cry, even though it's in the trailer. I'm going to cry at Doc Ock because I've already cried at him. I'm going to cry at Green Goblin because I teared up seeing his mask. Mate, I'm going to be... It's going to be hard to watch this movie.
You're a weepy boy, so everything is going to have you weeping.
Mate, it's going to be really hard to watch this in public with me.
But yeah, I'm expecting the world of this movie, and I think I know it's going to deliver. Whether or not there is any other Spider-Man in this movie, I'm comfortable with what I've seen so far. Oh my God, it's I haven't had this much hype for a movie since fucking Godzilla vs. Kong.
Yeah, Endgame was probably my last. Like, I have to see it. Like, I feel weird that I'm not seeing it yet.
Yeah.
Like, I just want it that badly. And I also expected it to be spoiled for me, I think. I think I can be as careful as I want. But one of the kids will walk into work on Friday or something and be like, hey, did you see Toby?
I think you'll be fine.
I hope
I reckon
I'm fine.
I reckon you'll make it through.
Yeah, I think I will too.
Because I'm not going to talk to you until you've seen it.
And it's not a cat. I'm very happy to not look at my phone.
Exactly.
Like, I can do that. So, but I'm worried about. I'm just worried about Friday at work. That's all it is.
That'll be. But if you know you can, if
if
can
anyone
get through
sees
that day,
it on Thursday night,
all you need to. That means you get through that day at work. Yeah. Then all you have to do is get from work to here, and then in your bed. That's it.
That's it. And then I see it at midday on Saturday. Which, in a movie like this, that's an eternity. Like, it comes out 2 days before that, so, whatever. Yeah. Real life happens.
Yep. So, expecting a big Spider-Man movie, expecting a lot from this. Jack's going to cry. We'll try and make him cry in the episode as well.
I'll probably cry in the episode.
Which will be great.
If you just give me the floor and let me talk about Alfred Molina, I'll just be a mess, mate.
It's going to be a fucking fun one. So I think that's our recap, our thoughts and theories on Spider-Man No Way Home.
It's like a pre-cap.
Yep, it's a pre-cap.
For
No Way Home. Again, if you all see this movie, release day and whatnot else, do not message your page, even if Jack's staying off it.
I deleted it from my Instagram. I forgot details and everything. It's gone. I'm off.
Just don't message it through. Keep it to yourself. Wait till the weekend until the episode comes out. And then after that, we can discuss it all together as a group and a family.
We fucking love the interaction, but
Yeah.
time to place.
Exactly right, because this is too fucking big. So, until we get to that movie for the next episode, let's finish this episode off with a couple questions. Get Spider-Man out of our system, but we'll quickly start with a bit more Spider-Man because I just realized most of these questions are Spider-Man related. Shout out Alyssa.
Thank you.
Which Spider-Man has the biggest dick and who would cry after sex? Are they both Andy Garfield?
I reckon Toby's secretly packing. Because he's like a 49-year-old man.
He's definitely crying after sex, though.
I would put Andrew down to crying after sex.
Look, I always put this down. I hate Tobey Maguire's crying in all the Spider-Man. It's cursed.
Yeah, you can't cry.
It's absolute fucking cursed material. For one, again, he's supposed to look like a fucking college kid.
Yeah.
But he looks 40.
Yep.
And
'Cause he is.
the crying does not help one bit.
No.
I think he's definitely crying after the sex.
Okay.
Andy might be crying during the sex.
Yeah, maybe. I think Tom Holland would just be happy to be there.
Because
Because he actually seems like a little 16-year-old.
Yeah, but he'd come at the he would give the
Yeah,
boob
exactly.
one squish and then
That's it, mate.
done.
Yeah.
And
I
his
mean,
little tidy
yeah.
whities.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but then I also think that he'd have the biggest dick too.
Really?
I reckon Tom Holland would have the biggest dick.
He's like 4'9".
Exactly right.
So he's just secretly packing.
He's secretly packing.
All right.
I reckon that's who it is. Do you think anyone will die in the movie? If so, who?
Yeah, most people. I think both the Raimi villains are gone.
Aunt May definitely.
Aunt May definitely.
Doc Ock for sure.
I don't
Redemption
yeah.
finish.
MJ's not going to die.
No, I don't think they'll kill him. I think Zendaya is too big.
Yeah, and
to kill off in this.
Ned, if he could go on to become a villain. I don't think he'll die.
I think Ned has a bright future for the
Yeah.
franchise.
I don't
in
think
terms
he'll
of
die.
But I think Aunt May,
Aunt May definitely
Doc
gone.
Ock,
Doc Ock definitely
Green
gone.
Goblin, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Sandman, Electro Lizard.
How good would it be if he accidentally kills himself again? Oh. And just before he dies in a good Willem Dafoe's voice, he's just like, "Hey, come on!"
It's some fucking wit, or it's just like Toby walking across being like, happened again, did it?
Yeah, didn't learn.
Well,
Didn't learn.
see you back in the multiverse.
It has been 20 years, I guess.
Yeah. Fuck, marry, kill all the Spideys.
I'd fuck Andrew Garfield because he's very good looking.
Mm-hmm.
Probably marry Tom Holland
Mm-hmm.
because he's just like, hey, he'd be fun to be around. He's like younger than us, so that'd be a bit weird. But
Yeah.
and then I guess just by default I have to kill Tobey Maguire. He doesn't have a lot of redeeming
I
qualities.
agree with that list completely.
He'd be insufferable to be around. He's hard
Yeah.
to look at. He's not a very good Spider-Man.
You can never get pizza.
Nah, he's a great.
Every time he walks in the door, he just goes, pizza time.
He's a great Spider-Man.
He's a great Spider-Man, but still.
Spider-Man 3 is unforgivable. That's an unforgivably bad movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my list.
Tobey Maguire has that joke with Andrew Garfield who goes, I got 3 Spider-Man films, but Andrew's rebuttal is, did you really get 3 though?
Yeah, no.
Come on. At least mine didn't actually happen.
No.
Got announced. Didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
Does Green Gobby have a pee hole or a pee tank in the suit?
Yeah, he probably just goes. He probably just goes in there.
I don't think you have time.
I don't think no one will notice. Well, he's got to fly to where he's going.
It's actually
Like, people don't account for that.
It's actually how the pumpkin bombs are made.
Okay. Just pure
Little,
piss?
little bit of goblin wee.
Yeah.
Just to give that more of like a pumpkin spice latte feel to it.
Yeah, right. But you don't see, like, it's the joke about Halloween. Like off screen is Michael Myers, like, sprinting. Like, yeah, there's travel time on that glider. Like, you're still just flying, not even at a commercial airline pace. You're just putting along.
No, I feel like he uses the helmet as like a Shiwi type thing.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
got like that back end where it sort of like cones
He just
out.
goes high enough so no one can see him.
Yeah, 100%.
He's just like, whoosh.
Sprays it out. Someone's like, oh, fuck it.
Yeah.
Did you rain for a couple seconds there? That was weird.
Yeah, but like race car drivers and stuff, they just go. Yeah, like you just go.
Yeah, just go
In a
for
suit
it.
like that. Fuck it.
I really don't think he cares at this point.
Nah.
Tommy and Zendaya, real or publicity? I think they're real.
It feels pretty PR-y, but I can see them being real. I hope it's real.
They look it.
I
They
hope,
look.
I
they
hope
look
every
real.
couple is real.
Because they're both in the same age bracket.
Yeah.
They're both killing it in their movies.
Yeah.
They look like a perfect match.
Yeah.
They just
And,
have
like,
that same vibe.
Alyssa sent me a very cute video, like flirty video of them recently, and I was like, "Oh, that's like genuine chemistry."
Yeah, I don't think it's PR purely because they haven't done anything sort of to out themselves.
Yeah.
Like publicly.
Pete Davidson and Kim Kardashian. That's PR. That's fake. That's not actually happening.
I just don't get it.
That cannot
I
be
don't
happening
understand
for
it. It's not even on Pete's part. Pete just goes with it.
Yeah.
He just goes,
why
you
would-
want to fight? Sure,
Yeah,
why not?
Why would Kim do that?
He's on the same depression scale of being like, could fucking kill myself tomorrow, so fuck it, why not?
Yeah. But yeah, Zendaya and Tom, I hope it's real. It seems real.
That'd be good. They'll announce it after the No Way Home run.
Yeah.
Call on now. Assign a kink to 3 Spider-Man villains.
Okay.
Green Goblin's into weighing on people.
Well, Doc Ock obviously is bondage. It's fucking... Mate, he could go for it.
I would have just gone, he basically likes the... he likes the rape vibe. Where he can just sort of...
No, he's a nice old man.
He can chuck a quick little pinch.
No.
Many different... 4 at one time.
No.
Mate, with those sunglasses on. Standing in the corner with that long trench coat.
He's a nice old
I
man.
don't know. Kind of rapey.
No, you can just like hog tie them in front of him and then still have 4 hands free.
That's actually a fair point. That's a fair point. Okay, yeah. Yep.
Goblin is just like truly unhinged, so he probably just like
Well, he's
puts things in his bottom.
Yeah.
That's not an unhinged thing to do, but I'm saying he would do it in an unhinged fashion.
But his could also be bondage because it's almost like a gimp suit.
It is quite gimpy. Maybe it's humiliation. Maybe it's public humiliation because nobody would wear that seriously. That fucking Power Ranger suit.
Very green.
Yeah. So maybe it's public humiliation.
Public humiliation. We'll go with that.
What else? I love kink shaming, and I'm a firm advocate for it. Man, public humiliation.
And then what about Electro?
I reckon he flexes it himself, like Patrick Bateman in American Psycho.
Yeah, okay.
He has to have a mirror in front of him so he can because he's like, I'm no longer blue. Ladies are noticing me. But when he was Max Dillon, he was like this little virgin loser.
Yeah.
So now that he like looks cool and has a Tony Stark heart, I just fucking look at myself.
Self-love.
Is that a kink? Or is that just being really in love with yourself?
Possibly. It could just be egotistical more than
Who knows?
anything. But
I watch this podcast every week, so what does that say about me?
it's research and development. Would you rather spew your food 2 hours later or pee out your poopy at the end of every day?
Spew. I don't want to pee poop.
I pee poop. What's wrong with
Nah, I don't want to pee poop. I don't want to do that.
Okay, I don't like throwing up in any capacity.
Yeah, I don't like throwing up. I don't remember the last time I threw up was.
I love chucking a poo.
See, I don't. I just have to.
Yeah, you're a different scenario. But I like chucking a poo.
Yeah.
And if I got to subsidise and just get a bit of pee in there as well, fuck it, why not? Well, let it out.
Yeah, just vomit.
Maybe all chunky.
Yeah, I know. It'd be bad. I ate a lot of bread too.
Bread.
Bread.
Last one. If you had to come on your dad's face to save your mum's life, what porn/vices would you use? How else would she end out the questions?
She asked me this the other night, and I just laughed like that and like didn't answer.
Didn't answer?
And she just stared at me like, answer.
Answer.
I need to know. This is what I would like to know. Her question to me was, could you? And I was like, well, if I have to save my mum's life, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I'd just whip out my phone, look at the same shit I always do,
Yeah.
and just not make any form of eye contact with my dad. Just pretend that he's the fucking toilet bowl.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
I
I'm
would
just
like
looking
just
up.
have my phone like that. Just
Yeah.
not even risking the
Nothing at
peripheral.
all. Don't even care.
Yeah. And
Just
then
let it happen.
I would just look at what I always use.
Yep.
It's like the same 2 images. That's it. And then both of myself. I'm kidding. That's a joke.
Fucking hell, we
That's a
all
joke.
love that.
I was
It's like
bringing it
an
back. It's a
Electro.
callback.
Yep. Sweet.
That's it. That's the episode.
That's the episode done.
I need you to knock me out strategically so I wake up at 11:50 on Saturday morning.
I can try and make that
Thank you.
happen.
Thank you very much. I just want this week to fucking go away.
Yeah.
Be there.
As do I. And as most of you all probably do as well, so we can all get out and enjoy this movie. So, hopefully you enjoyed what our thoughts and theories are on the upcoming movie. If you have any of your own theories, chuck them our way.
Send them in. We'll work them into the review.
Mm-hmm.
We'll work them into the review.
We'll chuck them in. So that's the episode. That's this week done. If you're here for the first time, make sure you chuck a subscribe. If you're watching us on YouTube, like the video. Very easy to do. You can find us everywhere that social media is applicable to you. Because if you go down to our description, there is a link tree. And it takes you everywhere.
We're everywhere.
Wherever we are, we're there.
We really are.
If you want merch, there's a Redbubble link there as well to get some merch. There's also another show that we do. It's called You Like That Extra. Yep. Located entirely on this channel.
Right here.
Wherever you're listening to it or watching us, that show is there. It's
you don't have to
review.
open CH list on your TV remote and then you press it and then it takes like ages to come up.
Don't
and
look for the guide.
Through, like, you just want to scroll through the channels,
Yep.
but like it changes the channel so it takes a little bit longer. You don't have to do any of that. It's
No
just
buffering. It's there.
We're also taking the week off. But all the other episodes,
Exactly
they're
right.
there.
Because it's Spider-Man week, so fuck everything
Spider-Man
else.
week, I'm busy. Fuck you.
But if you want to listen to our last one, we did Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl.
Oh yeah, that's a movie that we did.
Absolutely incredible
Talked
film
about
there. But you can find that every Thursday, YouTube and audio. This main show usually comes out on a Sunday and a Tuesday, but because working boys need to work, sometimes it's a little bit delayed. But you chuck us a bone here and there. We give you what you want when you want. It comes out.
I suppose.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
That's how the internet works.
Exactly right. So, if you all do that good stuff there, send us a screening of you listening to the show as well, because we like seeing people listen to our show. Gets us fucking going by the end of that one, doesn't it?
That's what I'd come to.
Exactly right. I made this part is just for Jack, as he's jacking it. Ready to jack. All right, I gotta fucking get this done with. Guys,
I hate this.
thanks for listening to the show and You Like That podcast here. You've been joined with me for another week. My name's Adam. I'm one half of You Like That podcast.
My name's Jack. I'm the other half of the You Like That podcast, and Toby's in it.
We'll see you all next week.
Bye.